Ladies and gentlemen, one and all, welcome back to whatever this is called. Today we are at Cibo's, and for a particular reason, because now with their hoagies, subs, sandwiches, whatever you want to call them, they have fresh baked bread, fresh baked rolls in-house, and we're there to try this out today. This is an Italian cold sub, comes with their house-made chips. We've also got some Aarcinis. We're going to start off with these. I'm going to talk about those in a moment. And then for dessert, we've got some sweet Michael Jordan fruit snacks from the year 1992. Because as I always tell my children and many other people, the 90s was the peak of human civilization. And that includes the food and beverage industry just across the board. We'll get into that on the back end. Let's start with these Aarcinis. Aarcinis, a rice ball, deep fried rice ball stuffed food item. In this case, it's got beef, I think peas, some kind of vegetables. It's basically you take risotto, make a little shell, put your stuffing in it, usually a meat, vegetable, cheese type of combination, and deep fry it until crispy golden brown, such as this. And I've got this with the tomato cream sauce. I'm about to check this out right now. Very cheesy. It's I'm trying to think how you would describe it. It's very good with the tomato cream sauce, I'll tell you that. Probably because of the peas, it's almost got like a handheld portable pot pie vibe type of deal going. It's creamy. It's the peas. It's kind of hard to explain. Very unique item, I guess, is why. Really good with the tomato cream sauce. You can also get Alfredo, different dipping sauces. Very good item. I don't really know exactly how to explain it. Tried the best I could. Probably did a horrible job, but I would say definitely try those out and see what you think. Now, right off the rip, let's get right into this. We got a good bit of ground to cover here. For one, the crumb on this bread looks fantastic. Looks very airy. The construction on how this sandwich is built looks really nice. This is a soft roll, okay, just for those that might be wondering. But that's all right. This is the Italian. As I mentioned, they have the American, the Italian. The number 13, the Italian at Jersey Mike's, is my go-to sub sandwich / hoagie in the city of Florence, simply because we don't have a New York style deli. We've talked about this at length. Now there's a place coming on Second Loop. Very excited to see what they're going to be doing over there. Time will tell. But for now, what we do know is we really don't have a New York deli. And this certainly, this being Cibo Stefano's, would be one of the closest things we do have in town. But I am a big Jersey Mike's fan. And so the sandwich comes with the pickle and their house-made chips, which are really good. But let's check this out. An Italian: lettuce, onions, tomato, mayo, banana peppers, oil, vinegar, Italian spices and seasonings, ham, salami, capicola, provolone cheese. Fresh baked bread. That's the point. Remember, that was breaking news. I was talking too much. That was breaking news on the podcast episode that we did a few weeks back with the Toniolo family over at Stefano's. If you didn't see that, you should go check it out. Now, we know that Subway, Jersey Mike's pride themselves in their marketing in fresh baked bread, but to my knowledge, there's not any mom and pop's shops that have fresh baked rolls in-house for their sandwiches other than Cibo's now at this point in time in Florence. And I would have to say it definitely upgrades this sandwich. Yeah, this is really good. It's got a slightly different vibe to it than Jersey Mike's Italian has. I don't know how to explain that other than to say the flavor profile is a little bit more dense. I don't know. I feel like if you go order this and you're familiar with the Jersey Mike's number 13, then you'll see what I'm talking about. It's on point. It's a good sandwich and a little bit cheaper too. $9.95 for this one. Very good. I cannot emphasize how important it is that you have a local shop making sub sandwiches, hoagies, deli sandwiches that are baking their own bread. This is a mom and pops. All I can tell you is that this is yet another indication, another piece of the puzzle, another element of revelation that tells you exactly what the truth is, and it is this. The Florence food scene is on the uptick. And if you care about the Florence food scene, regardless of what you think about its current state, which is a very loaded discussion as we see, no shortage of opinions and critics out there. Oh man, that chip went right up like that. Not good. You should be excited. The truth of the matter is, for the first 10 to 15 years of this millennium in Florence, it seems from my perspective that we were in a lull. It's just kind of a lack of effort out there, meaning a lack of mom and pops, individual establishments, individual food creators, chefs, whatever, what have you, trying. And now I look up and I peruse the landscape and I see culinary minds all over the county emerging, some pre-existing, some new, and really trying. And school started back today. We were just talking about kids and stuff, and I made a comment and said, a lot of kids would be surprised in terms of their success with academics at just what trying could accomplish. And it appears to me that it's very obvious that we have fully come out of a season where, for whatever the reason, there wasn't as much risk-taking and people trying in our community to create food experiences. Now, we could get into a whole discussion about why that may or may not be, but today's not the day for that. What I will tell you is, this is in my opinion, much needed and solid effort by Cibo's to bring something to our community. And I'm hoping to see this genre of food continue to be developed upon. So we know that an establishment on Second Loop, which will be an Italian deli, and they say in the title of the restaurant right there in the billing that it is a New York style deli, really any day now. I think we're still a couple weeks out, if what I saw, I remember seeing correctly. But anyways, this is more to be excited about. So we'll see what they do with it. It's hard because, this is like anything else. Just saying, okay, this is New York style. For those that have been and hit some of these places and really hit some of the good ones, it's another level. So when you're comparing to that, that's the benchmark. That's what you got to compete with. It's not like it's just some simple thing. But with all that said, as we polish this off and get ready for dessert, this sandwich is comparative to me with a Jersey Mike's Italian. Very similar. And the bread is good. I normally get rosemary parm at Jersey Mike's. But is this white bread, or would this bread be better than their comparative white bread? To me, the answer would be yes. Will this replace Jersey Mike's for me? The answer is no, but what this does is elevate itself in my rotation. It's really a different sandwich. It's strange. The composition's pretty similar, but there's also a difference between the two, and the only way I know to say it is this one has a depth that the Jersey Mike's doesn't. I really wish I could tell you something more precise than that, but I can't. But the result ends up being that I like them both. So for me, it's a toss-up on any given day how I'm feeling. That's what I would do. And look, that may not mean anything to a lot of people, but for me, that's saying something because I think very highly of Jersey Mike's, as a lot of you know. Now for the part of the show that many of you have probably been waiting for. Is this a show? Does this qualify as a show? Is that what this is? I have no idea. I have no clue what we're doing here. All right. As stated before, I've often said the 90s is the peak of human civilization. The peak. It's been all downhill since 2000. And here we have arguably the greatest athlete of all time, the greatest basketball player of all time, Michael Jordan. And these fruit snacks are debatably from 1992. We don't know. We do know that they were giving away this Michael Jordan watch. I was going to enter the contest to see if I could win one, but I found out on the bottom of the box that the offer expires on New Year's Eve 1992 or while supplies last. So we know this is at least 33 years old. There's some sort of, I'm going to assume, mildew or mold on the top of the box. And I wanted to go ahead and eat these today. They just came in the mail today because I didn't want them to sit around and get old. Yeah, so let's read the ingredients real quick. The ingredients are, and I'll pull this up here, fruit, cherries, grapes, lemons, oranges, strawberries, corn sweeteners, sucrose, gelatin, starch, citric acid, natural and artificial flavors, red 3, 40, yellow 5, 6, and blue 1. No preservatives, it says on the box, which is probably not good news in this case. So here we go. Michael Jordan fruit snacks from Farley's, which I tried to look up if they were still a company or not. And honestly, it didn't pull up. My internet was not functioning properly, and then I just gave up on it. All right, so for dessert, fruit snacks from 1992. So right off the rip, the box just smells like old cardboard. Nothing to see there. So far, so good, honestly. Am I concerned about this little venture? Absolutely. This one, let's see. They're kind of stuck together. This one still has air in it. I think I'm gonna go with this one. This one feels like it's been sealed for 32 years. 32-year-old air in this bag. On the cover, it's got Michael Jordan answers. 6'6", born February 17th, 1963, Brooklyn, New York, North Carolina guard. The answers to some questions that I must have missed. Maybe they were on the box. Comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 packs. And D3089. It says D3089. You think these were made in December 30th, 1989? I don't know. All right. I'm really watching my figures, so I'm probably only going to have one pack. And we'll see if we can stomach one pack. All right. Here we go. The packaging's in decent shape. There's some stains on it. A little bit there. Wait. Oh, tear here. Right through Michael Jordan's head. Okay. Wow. Wow. They're all like black in color. I don't know if they were originally. They're little Michael Jordans. What is this? We got, I don't know what that is. What are these? I don't even know what these are. Here, check this out. So I've already prayed over these that I don't get any kind of disease of any sort. I don't recommend anybody eat 30-plus-year-old snacks of any sort at any time. But me personally, sometimes I want to relive my childhood, you know? And with the 90s being the peak of human civilization and the peak of the food and beverage industry, what better way to go back in time and enjoy all that goodness than a little venture like this? So, with no further ado, I think this is a cheerleader. That's why I was confused. Okay. Cheerleader gummy snack, Farley's Fruit Snack Company, 1992, at least, possibly, maybe even older. I think cherry, possibly fruit snack. Here we go. I think that's cherry. So gosh. Do you remember your grandma's couch that had like the flowers on it? It tastes like that couch tastes today. It's also about that hard to chew. There's a very slight, like on a scale of 1 to 10, it's like a 2. Burning sensation. And each one's a little bit different. That one tastes like a licorice flavored styrofoam cup. This one's Michael Jordan's hand palming a basketball. It does. It tastes like artificial flowers. Like if one of these floral decoration shops put together a floral arrangement of artificial flowers and then sprayed them with some kind of fragrance spray to make them smell floral. Put them in that green styrofoam stuff, but made it out of gelatin. Very, 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 very tough gelatin. That's what these taste like. Floral chemicals that have been stuffed in the cushions of your grandma's flower couch. But you know, other than them being really hard to chew, I gotta say they're not bad. There's some kind of growth on them. Looks like he's got pimples or something. I don't know what that is. That's probably enough of that. Okay. Well, there you have it, folks. Would I recommend to you Cibo's new hoagies? Same ones that have been on the menu, but now fresh baked bread, in-house, fresh baked rolls. Yes, I would. I definitely would. And would I put that one on the same level as Jersey Mike's number 13 Italian? Yes, I would. I would. It's different, but I would consider it very comparative in terms of flavor, quality, desirability, all of the above. If you did not see the podcast episode that we did with the Toniolo family, go check it out. It'll be linked down below this video. Great family, legacy business in Florence as terms of Stefano's and now Cibo's as an extension. And we're really blessed to have them here. Make sure you check them out and support them along with these new businesses that are coming up. We need to start being better at cultivating a welcoming environment to our food entrepreneurs and give them reason to be hopeful they could have success and build something lasting and meaningful in this community instead of having to be concerned that they're going to get ran out of town. And with that said, finally, was the 90s the peak of human civilization? Yes, it was. Is Michael Jordan the greatest basketball player of all time? As far as any NBA player we've seen goes, yes, he is. And are his Farley's fruit snacks from 1992 still as good as they were in 92? I have no idea because I don't know if I ever had them in 92. I can tell you that in 2025, they're very hard to chew and they taste like flour flavored chemicals. So with that said, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, share it, subscribe, comment, all of those things that YouTube people ask you to do. And as always, I appreciate y'all's viewership. And God willing, we'll see you on the next video.